Louisiana Beer Review, Special Edition number 43, Ballantine XXX Ale Revisited. Ballantine XXX Sport Ale, symbolized by purity, body, and flavor in their little three rings. It says is produced by the Falstaff Brewing Company. That no longer exists. In fact, Falstaff beer no longer exists since 2005. It is a Pabst Brewing Company brand for many decades now. It is one of the oldest beer brands in America. However, this beer can be traced back to 1833 when Peter Ballantine, an immigrant from Europe, opened his brewery. And it was very big at one time. After World War II, it started to stumble and went through various ownerships, and Pabst picked it up like they did many struggling beer brands. They say on their website that it's dry hop with Cascade hops, and it's brewed at warm temperatures for that ale like character. So some people say it's not really an ale, it's a lager with ale characteristics. Rate Beer and Beer Advocate listed as a pale ale or blonde ale. The Beer and Me has it listed under the lager category. So it's a bit of a hybrid beer, really, like some of the other ones out there, like Lord Chesterfield Ale, for instance. It's an okay rating on Beer Advocate. The bros say okay, which would be fair, a C. 8 out of 100 on Rate Beer, though they really hate it. 2 out of 100 for the style, and an excellent score, however, on the Beer and Me. I like the can design. It's got that light green with the darker green and red label and the cream color. Didn't see any of these cans on the recent trip, just the 12-ounce bottles, and I believe I saw some bigger bottles also, but I picked up a 6-pack 12-ounce. Okay, made a little bit of a hiss. I see some smoke, yeah, trailing out, sure. I really love the Lord Chesterfield Ale from Yuengling. Let's see how this matches up with it. Well, it's got a very thick white head and a clear, pretty bubbly golden appearance. The sun went behind those clouds. You do see a few little white particles, but it's mostly super filtered. Let's go with the aroma. You get lightly roasted barley malt, maybe a little sweetness, and possibly a touch of those hops. Yes, let's go with the flavor. So it's a nice aroma. Let's go with the flavor. Yeah, it's not as hoppy as the Lord Chesterfield. It's just a sweet, mildly bready barley malt. It might have some corn adjunct, I don't know. They don't mention it in the website, on the website. It has just a little bit of hop bitterness. The IBU must be very low. Probably around a 12 or 15. The body is light and watery, and the finish is crisp, clean, refreshing, mostly dry. Does it have the fruitiness of an ale? Yeah, a little bit, a little apple-y character. The hops do start to kick in there at the end of the sip. Of all the mass-produced, would you say cheaper beers, maybe of the Pabst line, some of your budget beers of the Anheuser-Busch, the Coors, or the Miller, this is probably one of the better ones, I'll tell you. Maybe Schlitz can beat it. Yeah, Schlitz beats it by just virtue of it's a little hoppier. And the Lord Chesterfield beats it. this really does sort of surpass all the others. Your Milwaukee's Best line, all your Pabst stuff, your old style Keystone line, the natural beers, all that. I think it's better. And not to say those are bad. The only one that probably could stand up to it besides Schlitz would be the Special Export, Hollerman Special Export, which has more of a cloying, it's more of a Dortmunder style thing, but it's got a lot of character. So if I had to drink any of those beers I've just been talking about, I would pick the Lord Chesterfield first, but then I would go with this or the Schlitz, I'll tell you that. I don't have that choice though, because it's not sold in Louisiana, so I only have a few bottles left, and I probably won't be getting it again. 4.85% alcohol. It's a nice alcohol level. Easy drinking beer at that level. That's kind of like where I like it to be. Yeah, no more than 5. Although I do have a fridge full of natural ice, which is 5.9, but that was so inexpensive I couldn't pass it up. $6.50 a 12-pack. So anyway, Les Ballantine Roulette. This is at least an A-, an excellent beer. I think it's an excellent beer. It's so enjoyable to drink. I mean, I don't see why you could criticize it, really, or why you would criticize it. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.